The repotting I'm planning on is I'd like to put these tomatoes in 1 gallon pots. So let me get one of them. You know, so that's quite the upgrade for them. And that should carry them until I get them in the ground. But once I get these empty, then I'm going to transplant these other tomatoes. And I also have to transplant these peppers here. Okay. As first thing I'm going to do is get the tomato plant ready for repotting. And I got to get the little weeds out of here. It's completely organic soil, manure, and compost that we've made up here on the farm. But yeah, after I've done that, after I got the little weeds out of there, and I'm going to actually take these little small limbs. You see this little small sucker right here? I don't want that thing there, so I'm going to cut it right off. And we definitely don't want these seed leaves. Last thing I want to do is have a sucker come reaching up from the ground level. That looks much better. Actually, I'm going to take this one off. There we go. So, and I have my pot. It's about about a third of the way full. About this much full. So the reason I'm doing that is because this pot is about that deep, and I want to try to bury it down as much as possible. So even in that third of dirt, I'm going to kind of push it to the side a little bit here and there, just like that. And now I gently turn the pot to the side, getting out the tomato, and I can just kind of squeeze the bottom of the pot till it loosens up the dirt. Now look at that. I normally wouldn't hold it like this, but I want to show y'all. This is only 1 month of being repotted, from seed pack to this 4-inch pot. Look how many roots are in it. So we don't want to disturb this. The tomato is actually going through a flush, and we don't want to disturb this. So I'm going to gently put it down in there. I just kind of gently put it down in there. There's a couple more weeds that appeared on the side. I'm going to take care of those. Alright. Now, I'm just going to start gently putting more soil around it. Oops. Hit the camera. And see, don't worry about when you get up to where the soil was at that level, where the soil was. All these hairs on here are future roots, so you can bury it down deeper. So that's what we want to do, is bury it down deeper. And if you got any crickets or cranks this way or that way, you kind of want to adjust them now, because this will be our last repotting before we pot into the ground. Very simple and easy. Now I always leave a little bit for watering. Yep. There we go. A little bit more for watering. So when we water it in, the water's not overflowing out. I leave about 1 inch down below. A little bit of dirt on. Yes. Perfectly repotted. But now that we got this little pot, let's do the same thing for a smaller version. Now I have these Parks Whoppers. That's one of my favorite tomatoes to grow, is a Parks Whopper. Just kind of massage the bottom of it And then these are usually pretty root bound in there, so you can see the roots are reaching down deep. It would soon be, oh, it already is, soon be reaching down through the pot, and then it becomes, starts affecting your growth. And then when you go to repot it, it's just going to be a problem. Let me take off these sucker leaves, because we're already going to start burying these deep. Now in exactly 1 month, it will look like this other tomato that needed to be repotted. And that'll be about the time that we put them out. Okay, as I go through these, repot them, because I'm going to go kind of quick. And blooms, same thing with the blooms. I do not want them blooming right now. They're just, the reason they're blooming is because they're worried about their existence. Even though this might be a hurt me down the road, I'd rather go ahead and cut them off right now. See, that's why it was getting pretty root bound, is why it was trying to bloom right there. But that's okay. You are not root bound anymore. He's had pretty good suckers on him. And that's what he was planning on growing. He's concentrating on growing these sucker plants. And that's the last thing I wanted to do, is concentrate on growing sucker plants. Oh, there's some more blooms. Some more blooms right there. Yes, don't want them right now. You're too small. You're still a baby. You got some growing to do. Yep. Now the question of the day is, does the size matter? As far as container pots and everything. Everybody knows it does. And size matters. It makes a big difference. For certain plants, it's either sideways or deep. Tomatoes is definitely, they like to send their roots deep, and so you want them in deeper pots. But I'm just repotting pepper plants right now, and these pepper plants are pretty root bound, so I'm not moving them up much because they are a slower grower. Now, there's a bunch of different verdicts about split or not split, or save, for, just let them grow together. In my experience, they want to live. These are pretty grown together. Just like that. Mm. Mm. Okay. As far as being in the greenhouse and nursery business for so long, I say when you're repotting your plants, you buy them early. As soon as you buy them, if you're buying them from like the co-op or Walmart or whatever, you buy them early and you grow them out a little bit. So when you put them in the ground, then they're almost producing. So it gives you a longer growing season by growing things in the warmer temperature. So, and repotting them gives them more room to stretch out and grow, to be happy, and it gives you a chance to add some more manure. Okay, to sum it up, yes, chicken. Yes, yes, size does matter, and go ahead and repot them and let them keep going with that flush. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll catch you on the next video. Oni, Obe, Ohev, Atem means I love you in Hebrew. Later, guys.